They might be on the top or even on the bottom, but you keep on chasing. Why y'all keep chasing them trades? Them DL niggas, them undercover brothers, the low down, low key, under the radar, still got a baby mama sleeping with the brother-in-law type of niggas. Why y'all keep chasing them? Do y'all realize some things are just good for a moment and not something you're supposed to do for a lifetime? But yet, here we are in 2025, and y'all still out here chasing the DL thug agenda. Oh my God. I don't get it. I mean, I get it, but then I don't. You know what I mean? I don't know. Let's talk about it. Let's get into some shit, y'all. Linkinwitrobby. So dude hit me in my DM, right? And I'm just like, all you niggas freak out, and that's just all it is. First off, girl, fuck him. And you are now listening to Linkinwitrobby. Welcome. Bring it on in. You are now tuned in with your boy Robbie K on the Linkinwitrobby podcast. And this is episode 33, I believe. Yes, episode 33. Yeah, and we're back with another one. How's everybody doing? How's everybody mental? How's everybody's state of mind? Y'all ready for Christmas yet? Y'all started loading up with your turkeys or your hams or whatever you cooking for Thanksgiving or Friendsgiving or Baysgiving or whatever y'all having. You know, have y'all started prepping for that? Because I know the economy right now it's a mess right now. It's all a mess. And so I know a lot of people may not be able to afford to have the holidays they're used to, or not even able to afford the holidays they want to have. But don't let that stop you. Nah, don't let that stop you. Still find a way to make it work. And whatever you got, make that shit stretch and breathe and shake. God damn it. Like, do what you got to do. Make it happen. Make it happen. That's what I'm doing. Yeah, let me see some more pleasantries. Let me see. I'm doing good. Had a few hiccups. Y'all, your boy got in a fight. Why am I fighting at this big ass age, y'all? I am too old for this. But at the same time, I'm not new to this. I'm true to this. So a bitch ain't gonna try me. And I had to check a bitch. And that's all to that. I ain't gotta go into details of it, but just know a bitch was playing on my top, playing in my face, and playing stupid. So I popped the hoe. And that's just all to that. That bitch hit me with a bottle. That's how serious it was. But I'm still here. A bitch ain't leave me crippled. A bitch ain't leave me with no black eyes. A bitch ain't leave me with no busted nose, no busted lips. None of that. All bitch did was scratch. And if I had hair, she probably would have pulled that too, ho. But nah, bitch couldn't take me. And that's all I can say about that. Honestly, I'm learning that every action does not equal a reaction, or you don't have to react to everything that happens to you. Every time somebody disrespects you, you don't have to always respond. I get that and I understand that. But there comes a point in time when you get sick of the shit. You get sick of a bitch trying you. You get sick of a bitch talking about your name, coming for your name, just speaking down on you. You get sick of that shit. Honestly, truly. And I don't be wanting to deal with that. It really makes me want to cut off everybody and not fuck with nobody, because I go out my way to not bother anyone. I go out my way to make sure I'm respectful, cool, sociable, friendly, whatever, all of it. And bitches still find the energy, time, and effort to not like me. And it's always over a nigga. Which is always hilarious, because it's always a nigga I don't want, know, or have any idea who it is. Most of the time, it's always over a nigga. You like my nigga post, or you was DMing my nigga, or my nigga commented on your picture. Okay, so now what? Because like, what we doing this? Like, am I supposed to stop? I don't understand. So yeah, that's just some shit I had to deal with throughout the week. But I'm still me. I'm still bad, better than ever. A bitch can't break me, a bitch can't stop me, and a bitch can't stop nothing I got going on. My motion's gonna keep continuing to flow. Because if I didn't have motion that was ever flowing, my name wouldn't be ringing bells. My name would be causing so much chaos and catastrophe. It's the dramatics for me. But you hoes love to be theatrical, so I'll meet y'all where it at. I give you Emmys. I give you Oscars. I give you the Tonys, darling. I'll give it all. If you want theatrics, baby, I'll give you Juilliard. but for real. I'm good though, y'all. I'm really just so excited. I start my new job this week. That's why this episode is on a Thursday. I think I'm gonna start doing my episodes on Thursdays just because my new job and I want to be settled in, and it gives me more time throughout the week to edit, record, gather my stories, figure out what topics we're doing. A lot of that, a lot of the structuring and the background and behind the scenes type of shit that goes on into putting out episodes, working on this podcast. You know what I mean? On another note, let's have sex in my dorm. I don't know why. It's so funny. When you're a Nicki fan, I swear, whatever statement or anything you're talking about can be turned into a verse, a bar, or a song. Like, and I find myself doing that 24/7. It's sometimes I'm able to control it and keep it in my head, but it sometimes just slips on out, just like it did just then. It's, what can I say? On another note, I finally did it. I deactivated my X-rated alternate OnlyFans Twitter. So, reason for my deactivation, I might as well just go ahead and just talk about it. For a few months now, several months, I've kind of lost interest in the promoting aspect, the networking aspect, the linking aspect, the collaborating aspect, just all the aspects of making nasty content, I guess you could say, or freaky content or X-rated content. Like, I've just lost the interest in that. A lot of my time has gone into doing my podcast. A lot of my time has gone into my new job and with my relationship and just other things that are more priority based. And at this point, I've only been using it just to find porn. But considering that I already have a main Twitter where I can see the same porn without me having to post or promote anything to do with myself, why not? Why not go on there and just use it to explore, use it to bookmark, use it to find whatever I need to find, and then I can get my nut off and keep it moving. I don't have to meet up with you pea-head ass niggas. I don't have to be sitting right here chasing y'all to smell y'all ass and y'all dick. I don't gotta do that. I've seen enough. I've had enough. And there's nothing else out there interesting for me. You know, I've had enough. Like, I've had enough pretty much. I don't need anything else. I've reached my quota for the week. So, with that being said, there's some new transitions going on in life with me. With me being in a relationship, yeah, I do want to respect my partner. He never pressured me or told me to delete it. He said he was cool with it. Whatever the case may be, I just not to post anything new. But then eventually, as time progressed, I'm just thinking, like, what is the point of me having it? Like, I even got rid of my Jacked and all of my little accounts and profiles and hookup apps because at the end of the day, what I got them for if I have a nigga. If I need all that and I got a nigga, my nigga's not doing his job or I'm not satisfied in the area. And that's never the case. So I'm not going to allow myself to feel like that. You know what I mean? Yeah, but so if you're looking for me on Twitter, because I know you guys love to pull up my tweets and my Twitter and my posts, you won't find any because Linkinwitrobby is no longer a Twitter account. Now, if you want to find me on Twitter, you can always find me at robbykavalli. That is my main Twitter. That is where you'll find any of my main tweets, my thoughts, my promotions, or anything that has to do with my podcast or anything to do with me in general. That's where you'll find anything. I'm just going to hone in on my brand, focus on certain things, and just really use certain outlets to really just focus some things. I want a different type of attention right now. You know what I mean? I want an attention for my thoughts. I want attention for who I am and what I give without having to fuck, suck, or slurp anybody. Now, granted, I could still fuck, suck, and slurp, you know, but I could do that with one man now. And I do. And we get it in. And despite any hiccups we may have or any misunderstandings we can have, we still gonna be tight and solid. So with that being said, there's not a fuck thing a bitch can say to me or about me that's gonna deter me from being with the nigga I'm with. Simple as that. I'm gonna make that call. He gonna make that call. So when I finally do go public with my relationship, which I have not done yet, but when I finally go public with my relationship, I already know you heathens are going to run, cartwheel, fly on a broomstick just so you can come over and DM somebody and tell somebody who y'all had and who y'all used to talk to and who linked with who. I don't give a fuck. I don't care. I really don't care. Say what you want about me. Say I've did this or said I've done that, or say I'm a hoe in this regard or a hoe in that regard. Only reason you know about me is because of whoever else that told you. And most likely we run in the same circle. So if I'm a hoe, birds of a feather, you a hoe too. And that's how I see it. So I'm not even going to let nobody pressure me or make me feel like I have to be on the defense or feel like I have to walk on eggshells because I'm scared somebody going to tell my nigga. No, I'm grown. He know what it is. I tell him everything that's going on. And that's just it. And that's period. I don't really give a fuck. So what's understood ain't got to be explained. And that's for all you P-head, P-brain, no education having assholes. And that's just what it is. I mean, call it what you want, bitch. You hoes can't get a GED, but y'all be chasing after me. I don't understand. Like, stop it. Stop it. Turn around. Go back home. Please. And thank you. All right. So let me see what is on the docket today, because there's been some shit going on. And I've been noticing some stuff, and I do want to discuss some things I've seen on the topics in the timeline. So let me see what I got on my phone. Let me see what's really going on, y'all. So y'all, do y'all remember the Yes King dude, pastor? Child, he passed away. Apparently it could have been something like a asthma attack or a cardio attack or something to do with his chest. But whatever the case may be, he passed away. Let me play the clip for y'all so y'all know who I'm talking about when I say Yes King. I'm gonna play that clip real quick.
You are a lying piece of shit. Say I. Say it louder, motherfucker. Say I am a lying piece of shit.
Yeah, he went viral for all of that, giving all of that. And, he was doing content. Now, the word on the street is he was married. But now I'm kind of confused because since he's passed, there's been a lot of husbands coming up. Like, my husband. I don't know who he was in a relationship at this point. I tried to get to the bottom of it. I got lost in a rabbit hole. Apparently he had been married years ago from somebody, and I guess he was still legally married to them, but they were separated. But he would run around here calling somebody else his husband, and I could have swore he had some other people he was dating and fucking and being with. I don't know. The content creators be throwing me off of their relationships because one minute they dating one nigga, next minute dating another nigga, the next minute they all dating each other, and then next minute they married and they beating each other up on Ebigo. It be a lot going on, and I be trying to keep up, but honestly, truly, I don't be understanding. I've been needing some cliff notes or something. Like somebody to go ahead and make me like a PowerPoint presentation to understand, so I can understand what's going on and where the connections lie. Because it made me wonder some things, like when somebody passed away, who's supposed to be like who's the widow? Like like I mean, like, it really was given, like, why do fools fall in love when Frankie Muniz died? And Frankie Lyman, I call him Frankie Muniz. Oh, my goodness. Malcolm in the Middle. When Frankie Lyman died, and all of them was sitting up there like, that was my husband. I'll get the money. Who gets all the money? Who gets the benefits? Who gets the insurance? Where does it go? I saw the mama and the sister and everybody else was asking for GoFundMes, and I'm just baffled because I thought he was making money on. And the people have been dragging and talking shit. At first, people was giving their condolences. Like the first 24 hours when somebody passed, everybody like to give their condolences. They say all the sweet messages. But the more and more people kept popping up like daisies saying how, oh, this my husband. I miss him. I love him. And everybody kept saying messages like that. It was like, okay, now, Which one of y'all is the real Slim Shady? Which one of y'all is the one who really is with this nigga? Because some of y'all I didn't even know about, and now I'm confused. And that's just why I said I can't keep up with the girls. Like, I had to leave the content creating alone because it's wild out here in these streets, and the way they be moving and acting, it's like a fucking safari or something. And I am not a wildebeest. I am not a lion running through the Serengeti. I cannot keep up like a cheetah. I am behind. I am greatly behind, and I think I'm gonna keep it that way because it's rough out there in them streets, and I have enough bullshit going on in my own backyard to ever try to keep up with what's going on in the front yard. It's insane to me. It really is. But y'all keep on getting married and staying married and moving on to somebody else and trying to be married again. I don't know. I really wish y'all just get divorces. Like, that's another thing. I need the gays. I understand they made marriage legal. I'm so happy for everybody. But I need y'all to really just stop getting married unless y'all really need to get married. A lot of y'all get into these marriages because y'all want some fake stability, or because y'all want somewhere to stay, or because you just want to say you got a ring and a man and a husband and a wedding. Cool. You want a ceremony, you want a party. Cool, I get it. You could just throw you a nice little all-white party. It don't have to represent a marriage. None of that. Because what happens is y'all say all these vows. Y'all claim for all these morals and values, and I want to spend the rest of my life with this person. And y'all be bullshitting and lying. Because a lot of y'all be in these marriages. A lot of y'all be in these committed unions, and y'all be sitting right here doing everything you was doing when you was single. Why get married? I have some friends that are married and they're on the brink of divorce right now. They've been married for maybe like 2-3 years at the most. And I kid you not, from the minute they got together, before they even started, mind you, they got married within like 5-6 months. But the minute they got together, they was doing all kind of unnecessary shit. And I was like, you know what? As a friend, I can't even say nothing. I have to look the other way. But now that y'all having marital issues and one of them is living their life like it's golden and the other one is depressed and sad and trying to get them back, let the marriages go. Stop getting married, y'all. Y'all gotta stop being married 3-4 times before y'all even hit 40. That's to me, that's not a good look. I feel like, yes, you should be able to get married and get a divorce, but it's a business transaction going on. There's so many things that happens when you guys get married that y'all don't understand. It's not just a simple like I do. There is a business transaction going on behind the scenes. This is a contract, a legalized contract, and y'all are just signing them willy-nilly with any nigga that you get erect from. And I don't think that's how it should be. Y'all have just ruined the idea of marriage, and that's why I be tanking so much, which is why I'm not as quick to want to get married. Like, if I do end up getting married, it's going to be to somebody that I've already decided that I'm going to spend my life with. I don't want to be married 4 or 5 times. If I get married once and we end up getting a divorce, that's one thing. But I'm not going to be on my 3rd, 4th divorce and I'm still 35. That is just not cute to me. That's not it. I'm not going to run on Facebook, announce engagements, and then never get married. I'm not going to do that. Because let's call a spade a spade. Y'all know who marriage material and who the fuck ain't. Y'all know who can be a husband and who could be a wife and who can't. Y'all know this. I know this. We all know this. I don't know why we have to play these mind games and sit around here and go through all these type of Tyler Perry movies just so we can get back to where we began. It's crazy to me. I've seen too many times. Like, I've seen so many issues. I've had a friend, a close friend actually, like a best friend actually, who I swear 1 minute, it was 1 week, he was telling me they broke up because he got cheated on and all this other stuff. 2 weeks later, the boyfriend proposed to him to make up. Now they married. And now it's my husband. But then on Friday night says, I'm crying because he fucking Tim, Jim, and Sean down the street. I try to keep my opinions to myself, but I just don't get it. I don't understand it. I don't get the logic behind it. Why put all that paperwork into why go to the courthouse? Why do all that? Why not just date? Because clearly y'all not ready for the commitment that comes with a marriage. Now, I know all marriages aren't the same. Some people have open marriages. I get that. I understand that. But I'm not signing all that paperwork if we just finna be open and doing our own thing. That's just how my take on it. Because when something goes wrong, now we gotta get a divorce. Because I'll be damned if I'm for to separate with a nigga. We've been married for 5 years, now we separated, and I'm not getting a divorce, but I'm for to still date other people. Why would you even want to do all that? Why would you want to bring somebody into that bullshit? I don't understand it. I don't get it. I don't get it at all. Like, these dudes be out here pretending to be married and pretending to be in love and pretending to be engaged, and they really just doing it all for show, because behind the scenes what they really want to do is fuck, suck, and slurp and do whoever they want. And you could have did that when you were single, which you was doing. But I guess being married, you feel like, I don't know. I don't get it, because I guess it's the thrill of the cheating. I don't know. I've never been a cheater, so I don't understand it. Like I said, I've proposed before, and I was young and I was naive and I was stupid. I never allowed us to get to the point where we was working on engagements and announcing engagements. We never did any of that. I never announced it to anybody. Once I realized this wasn't going to happen, it went right back under we put it right up. Put it right on up. This marriage, put it on in the closet. We ain't doing it. I'm not going to waste nobody's time. I'm not going to have people going to get suits and dresses and hair done and we saving dates and all this other stuff just for us to be broken up in a year afterwards. You wasting everybody's time and everybody's money. Weddings are not cheap. Weddings are not cheap. And if you're going to play around with it like that, y'all might as well just go to the courthouse and do what y'all got to do and just be divorced. Get an annulment within a certain amount of time, so that way we don't have to deal with this, because we don't deserve this. As an audience, I don't want to have to keep showing up to weddings and supporting weddings, and I'm sitting up in the audience like, girl, that is not gonna work out. They've been fucking and cheating and doing everything this entire relationship, and they still want to get married. I don't be getting it. Sometimes I think y'all just do it just so y'all can have the idea of having a family. Like, y'all can have the mother and dad idea of a family, the traditional idea. And so y'all go and get these fake marriages. I just don't get it. You better off going to get an immigrant or somebody who's not legal in America and just letting them get a green card with y'all marriage and calling that a day, because at this point, that's all it is. Y'all just making a financial agreement. And then when things go sour, now y'all gotta make another financial agreement. I'm not doing all that. I'm not doing all that. You won't take me for no spousal support. You won't take my money from me and whatever else I got. And now we gotta fight family versus family for years and decades to come because of this damn divorce. Like, I just don't understand it. And I just wish there was somebody there to, like, gatekeep this shit. Like, there needs to be somebody that approves of marriages. Like, I really think y'all get too much freedom and space to just get married. Someone should be there to be able to say, you know what? Y'all can't get married. Y'all aren't ready. There needs to be some type of gatekeeping. I'm sorry. And I'm all here for everybody doing what they want to do, We listen and we don't judge, but somebody needs to be a judge. And it don't need to be just at the divorce court. We need somebody at a wedding court. We need somebody to be sitting there like giving these people a test and an exam to decide if they are right to be married. Because some of y'all just be doing shit off of whim. No reason behind it, no logic, ain't thought it through, ain't no process. Y'all ain't even talk to your friends about it. Y'all just jumping right in, ready to jump a broom, and ain't even purchased the broom yet. It's just everybody's priorities out of line. Everybody is going out of order. And I just need everybody to settle down. Let's settle down and let's rethink some things so we can make some better decisions. That's all it is. Make better life decisions, because the decision you make today can cause a consequence tomorrow. So let's just try to use our brains, okay? Okay, everyone? Now, on another note, did y'all see how that fem top got blocked by a bottom because he had got his nails done? I thought it was such a funny thing, because my first vibe was okay. I'm not one of those mask for mask type of guys. Like, you don't have to be masculine to be with me. But I do have some boundaries where I will draw the line. So my initial reaction was, well, he wasn't wrong for blocking you. And then when I looked at the comments, all I saw was everybody saying, well, yeah, I'd have blocked you too. And it wasn't his nails wasn't ugly. It's just that I'm not attracted to women, okay? So anything that reminds me of a female too much, like certain type of makeup, certain type of hair, something type of physical attributes will turn me off physically. Does that mean I won't have an emotional connection or a mental connection with you? No. I could still be in love with you or attracted to you in that way. But there are certain things that I'm going to look at and I'm like, nah. Like, that ain't what I want right now. And I'm not even a pure bottom, I'm a verse. So I'm open to some things, but at the same time, I don't want a lady or a female. I don't want a female or a lady. I'm not turned on by them. When I see a girl and I see a female and she's pretty and nice, I'm like, oh my God, you a bad bitch. You look good, you're beautiful. I don't get turned on in the slightest. I don't. So any male that has certain trends or traits of those natures as far as physical attributes goes and image wise goes, yeah, it may play a role in me being turned off. I won't lie. Like my dude mentioned to me, he was like, babe, if I got my nails done, would you still be with me? And I was like, what we talking like? You know what I mean? Like some clear polish or like a French tip? Like acrylic? What we talking about here? Because he was like, what? I'm going to get me some dick grippers. I was like, you won't be gripping my dick. Because no shade is going to turn me off. And then what we going to do? Huh? Because now I'm going to be limp and wormy. And we're not going to go anywhere. Now you might take some dick. I'll give you some dick. But I'm not going to be able to do nothing else with you. Because my dick going to go soft otherwise. So, and when I say get some dick, you're going to have to be doggy style, looking the other way with your ass tooted up in the air and your nails buried into the sheets. Otherwise, your clippers and grippers will not be touching on me. You won't be scratching up my back, nigga. I ain't having sex with Susan. I'm supposed to be having sex with Damien. Shit. Look, I just see it as we all got preferences. I'm not going to knock nobody for what they do and how they look. I'm not looking for the most masculine man. And you can have some feminine traits. I have feminine traits. But at the same time, I don't want a dude that's wearing a wig or a dress or makeup and lipstick. I don't want that. That's not going to turn me on. You don't have to be the most manliest man, but I don't need you to be the most feminine either. Like, I don't want to be feeling like I'm laying with Beyonce or Nicki Minaj. That's not who I'm attracted to. If I was attracted to that, that'd be different. But I'm not attracted to that. So I understood why the man got blocked. He knew better. He was wrong for that. He shouldn't even showed his nails. He should have just went over there and fucked the nigga and never showed him his nails. Like, I don't know. Like, the nails weren't bad either. They weren't even feminine nails, but I understand the concept. I get it. I understand why some people are a little bit more strict than others. I think I could get past it, honestly. As long as, like I said, it's not no French tip and they're not like 3-inch nails and nothing like that. I can get past like them being painted. Shit, I've messed around and dated with guys that have their nails painted before. That don't bother me. But we can't cross into the T-girls territory. I'm not into T-girls. That's just not my thing. I've had some that have been into me and I was not into them. And that's okay. Like, again, we have our preferences. And as a verse, I'm going to come across a lot of different people. But there got to be a line in the sand, baby. We got to draw it. Somebody have to outline this line so we know not to cross it sometimes. You know what I mean? I don't know. Please don't come for me. I'm not trying to be canceled. I'm just saying what I like and what I don't like. And I understood why the boy got blocked. Would I have blocked him? No, because he was cute. But I understand why he got blocked. I still understand. I get it. I know some bottoms that are like real strict out here. Like, they're very strict when it comes to what they want to top them and climb their back. And I understand that. I'm not going to knock it. The paint can come off, the nail, all that stuff, that can come off. So I'm not tripping about that stuff. But if you live every day at Saucy Santana, that's not my type. Saucy Santana is not my type. And that's even if she was a size 120, still wouldn't be my type. It's just certain things I just can't go for. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Now, if you think there's something wrong with that, then, oh well, find a nigga that like it. Now, anywho, let's get into the shit we here to talk about. Let's get to the shit that we sat down to talk about. These trade out here, these DL out here, these hobosexuals who need a place to stay just got out of jail, fresh out of the homeless shelter, who really don't, they fuck with niggas, but they don't really fuck with niggas. They just use niggas and just all type of DL traps. I remember being in high school and everybody wanted a thug. As I said on the last episode, BGC Live was booming back then. And everybody wanted a thug type. I wanted one. I'm not going to lie. I wanted it too. I thought it would have been hot. And I chased that for a little bit when I was like 16, trying to get the hood boy at school, trying to get the hood little gangster nigga, liking that. And that is attractive to me sometimes. But as I sat back and watched my peers chase after these niggas and the drama that would ensue, that let me see I didn't need that for my life. See, I believe, this is my strong belief, I believe a DL or a trade man can only bring you stress, worry, and a headache. They're good for one thing, and that's sex. Getting your nut off, having a smoke friend, a friend with benefit, they're great there. Trust me, I've had some thugs that beat the walls down. I've had some thugs that'll ride the fuck out of some dick. But they are not relationship material, and y'all keep trying to make them that. See, the idea of a DL man, let's put it like this. Let's put it out there. Let's all talk about it. Let's break it down. The idea of a DL man, or trade as some of the girls say, the idea of that is somebody who not comfortable with their sexuality. They want to live in private for whatever reasons. Maybe they have a baby mama or their family or quote unquote religion. There's several different reasons why they may not want to come out, or they may just want to continue living in the dark. That concept is a concept I never agree with, because I came out at an early age. So with me being out trying to learn how to be confident in myself and love myself, I could never date a guy who was in the closet. And if I did, he had to be somebody that was delusional in the closet. Like Shaquille, he thought he was DL, but girl, everybody knew. So I don't know why he thought he was DL. Like, baby girl, you was gay. Everybody knew. You told everybody you was bi when you finally did come out. But everybody knew. I'm sorry. Never saw you with a lady a day in your life. But yeah, I could never do it, because the concept alone, it goes against everything I stand for. If I'm trying to speak up for being yourself, loving yourself, being in tune with who you really are, and owning that with pride, how can I lay and be in a relationship with somebody who's going against everything that I believe in? If he is sitting up here saying that I'm not gay, or I just like fucking dudes, cool. We can just do that, because you're already telling me what you're capable of and what you're not capable of. The problem is a lot of the girls become delusional and think they can change them, or maybe because they like the whole aesthetic of a DL straight dude, because I understand that comes with the whole territory of a masculine guy. So you want the little thug dude. You want the nigga that nobody know about. Cool. Problem is, with nobody knowing about him, nobody know you fuck with him. So that means he has the leeway to fuck and do anything with anybody. And y'all aren't going to be seen together in public. You won't be able to claim him. All you can do is get mad one day and expose him on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And then what's left after that? What's left after that? Nothing. You get nothing in return. All you get is brokenhearted, frustrated, with an open hole and a wet dick. And that's why I believe they're only good for one thing, because anything else is going to come with a headache. There's no point of even sitting up there and telling yourself, or setting these high expectations and thinking that you're going to have this DL nigga and it's going to be like some romantic novel. And it's not. It's not going to give that. It's not. It's going to be stressful. It's going to be a mess. If you want a masculine man, you can find a masculine man that's out. Do not chase somebody who is not okay with who they are. And at a young age, I had a problem dating because there was a lot of people my age that were still in the closet. Looking back, I could have been a little bit more lenient and understanding of that because we were young. Of course, we were in their closet. They were living at home with their parents. They had to be. But as a grown ass man at the age that I am today in my 30s, I refuse to waste any of my precious time and energy with a nigga who can't and won't be with me publicly. Like, I may not want to go public with my relationship today, but eventually we will go public. But it's not that we can't go out on dates together. It's not that we can't go to family events together. I'm just not making us public on social media. But if you know, you know. If you see us out, I'm not running and ducking and dodging behind a car because I'm not supposed to be seen with this man. No, I'm not worried about that stuff. Like, I'm not dealing with it. And for the girls that chase after that, I don't understand it because I have people my age that are still chasing that aesthetic and they have yet to learn the lesson. They pick up these niggas that they think is trade or is giving off that DL persona just so they can sleep on their couch. And then when you at work, working your 9 to 5 as a nurse, as a doctor, as a lawyer, as a IT agent, or whatever the hell you doing in your job and field, they fucking every bottom that comes around. They fucking girls, they fucking niggas, and they doing all kind of stuff because they can. They just needed you for the stability. I refuse. I can't be used like that. I've been used before, but never to that extreme. I remember one time I was fucking with a nigga. We were just fucking around, right? We met on a freak tip. I met him through a homeboy. We got back and forth. And I see the DL thugs, they like me because I'm feisty and I talk my shit. And I'm very direct about it. I'm not going to sugarcoat it and I'm going to tell you how I feel. And I'm going to talk my shit. You ain't going to like me. But a real DL nigga, like thugs and stuff like that, they look at it as a challenge. So they like me and stuff like that. So we linked. We had a good vibe, good chemistry, you know, started exchanging numbers and started linking more frequently. Man, one day that nigga hit me up at 8:30 in the morning and asked me if I could pick him up from the courthouse. Excuse me? What's going on? Apparently, he went to go to court with his baby mama about child support and all this other shit. I ain't signed up to deal with that. I don't want no baby mama drama. I just want a quick nut, and it was good when it lasted, but you done lost me now. You've lost me. I've lost you, and you've lost me because I'm not pulling up to do. I'm not picking you up from no courthouse. Okay, I did pick him up from the courthouse. So I did. I won't lie. The dick was that good. I did get my car, and I did drive up to the courthouse. I did have to drive around the corner and wait for him to walk around the corner because he didn't want me to pick him up directly in front of the courthouse. I drove around the corner. He came and got in the car, and I took him home to his sister's house because he didn't have nowhere else to live. And dropped him off. Now, mind you, when I met him, he had a car. I don't know what's going on, but apparently that was his sister's car he was driving. See, this is the type of shit I be talking about. It come with a lot of extra shit that's just not necessary. Mr. DL Thug, we not doing all that. I'm not doing all that. The dick ain't that good. It ain't that good. Like, it's just, I'm not going through hoops and hurdles just to, I don't know, please myself. When I can please myself just fine. I'm fine with watching a nice little porno when there's a whole skit and theme and setup of basically a DL experience or whatever the case may be, where it's somebody getting plumbing and the plumber come over and he's supposed to be trade or whatever like that, and instead of doing the pipes in the kitchen and in the bathroom, he fucking you. That's my type of vision. But that is a visual and that is a fantasy. I am not expecting that to happen. I do not need that to happen, and that is not something I see as far as an end goal for myself. That's not end game. I need more than that. I need a nigga that's proud of who he is. I need a nigga that loves who he is and stands firm in who he is. And if that means he got to be a little bit more feminine than me, so be it. But I can't date a man that's hiding behind a mask because every day I live my life bright as fuck. You know, I may not be running around with a rainbow cape on. I may not be running around here flying through the air like a unicorn, but I still hold pride in who I am as a gay black man. And I'm not going to shy away from that. And I want somebody that's also prideful in that because I want you to be prideful with being with me. Be proud to be with me. Don't be ashamed of me because if you're ashamed of yourself, you're finna be ashamed of me. How the fuck that's going to work? I can't be with no nigga that's ashamed of me who thinks I'm a slight or thinks I'm a sin or just thinks I'm just not something to be seen with, nigga, you got me fucked up. And not even just that, because on another note, the shit is dangerous. Chasing these DL niggas is fucking dangerous. Like I've said before, I've seen so many true crime cases where somebody goes to meet up with a DL dude or meet somebody that's undercover. They start linking, they have a little connection, and the minute they feel like they're going to be exposed, you're unalive, you're murdered, you're in a trunk somewhere. And I refuse to be a victim of death and violence and murder and homicide because this nigga ain't in tune with who he is. And as sad as it may seem, that is very common. It keeps happening because a lot of these dudes are not who they really are. And they're so afraid of being exposed. They are so afraid of people knowing who they really are and seeing them for their true selves that they will really off you. And I don't even want to play around with DL niggas like that. I don't even like playing around with DL niggas like that. When it come down to straight dudes who be real uncomfortable around me because I'm gay, and you could tell when they uncomfortable because they start saying slick shit like, you know, they start saying little funny stuff like, yeah, I don't fuck with all that faggot shit and all this stuff. Like, when you start talking like that, you have some deep self-esteem issues and you're not comfortable with yourself. Because I've been around a lot of straight men who are comfortable with their sexuality and I don't make them feel uncomfortable because it's not like I'm touching on you. I'm not saying anything flirtatious. I'm not doing any of that. I'm just a regular old boy. So if I make you uncomfortable just from the idea that you know that I like men in my own day-to-day life, then you must feel uncomfortable with your own self. And I can't be around no nigga like that. I can't move around with niggas like that because they'll try to off me. I may make them feel uncomfortable and I don't even realize it. I'm putting them in a predicament that they feel paranoid. They feel like they got to act on it. Now they want to do something. They want to harm me. They want to hurt me. I don't got time for that. You won't set me up. You're not going to get no lick off of me. You ain't going to rob me and do none of that. I'm not putting myself in no predicaments. I just refuse. It could happen. It's happened. Trust me, it has. But I refuse to be the one to be victimized for that. Like I said, I've seen too many cases where that goes wrong. Like, since I was young, the older gays have always told me, don't chase after these DL men. They mean you no good. They're just going to break your heart. Or they might break you. Like, they may hurt you as well. Like, it's dangerous out here. It's dangerous with your heart. It's dangerous with your feelings. And it's dangerous with your life. Don't play around with these niggas. I'm telling y'all, don't do it. Just chase the dick, but don't chase nothing further. Because like I said, they good for a good nut. They're good to give you a good time. Y'all, you know, if y'all just want to chill, smoke in the car, cool. Just be careful. Keep your head on the swivel. Don't get too close. Don't even try to expose them nothing like that because life is tricky these days. There's too many girls out here that do that. Too many TS girls I see that be exposing these DL dudes and they come up missing. It's just not worth it. It's not worth it. Don't get brokenhearted and then you crash out and then they gotta crash out and retaliate. Just keep it safe and don't put yourself in those situations no more. You know what I mean? Don't play around with your life. Your life means a lot to you. Value your life. Have some self-respect. Also have some self-value in yourself. So that way you don't allow yourself to just sit up here and chase after something that's bad for you. Because like I've said, I've had my fun with a few niggas that was, I guess you could say, quote unquote DL or under the cover and, you know, whatever. But I never, ever, ever, ever try to take them serious. I never try to even get to know them. They won't know my last name or where I stay. It ain't never going to get that deep. I'm not playing around like that. I'm not. You're not going to bust up in this apartment and shoot me in my head. You ain't finna come up in my house and shoot me in my head because you mad because I told Jaquisha down the street that I gave you head one night. No. Just not even going to put myself in that predicament. It's enough out dick and ass out here for everybody to where you don't have to chase the ones that ain't okay with themselves. If you ain't comfortable with yourself, I don't know why you want to fuck around with somebody that is anyways. Go find somebody else that's DL. That's what makes more sense to me. I feel like the DL niggas and the trade niggas need to fuck each other. They need to fuck each other. They all understand the system. They get the process. They understand they're not bigger than the program. it works. It's when we try to mix and mingle. When y'all trying to get with somebody that's out, and when somebody out trying to get with somebody that's in. It's just too much chaos, and it's too much messiness, and it's very dangerous, and somehow we end up getting the short end of the stick, and it's just not worth it. It's not. Because them people be serious about their reputation. Because they really be believing that them being straight is what they're supposed to be. And you can't argue with somebody like that. Not somebody that's living that delusional. If they feel like they straight, child, let them believe it. Believe it, bitch. Believe it. I ain't gonna try to talk you out of that shit. If you say that's what you is and that's what you want to be, go right ahead. Just don't come over here playing all them games with me because I don't have time. I'm gonna stop you at the door. Hey, I'm not your little mama. Hey, I'm not your boyfriend. I'm not your bae. I'm not your little yeah. I'm none of that. Nah. We just here for a good time, not a long time. And you can keep moving and you can go find somebody else's couch to sleep on. We just fucking for the night. And it's only that time. And actually, we only gonna meet somewhere random. We ain't even gonna be at no. We're not doing all that. And even then, that ain't safe. Which is why I been stopped doing all that. Before I even got in a relationship, I been stopped chasing out the niggas. Cause it's just not safe. And honestly, I don't know what other reasons y'all need to not mess with them. You fuck out with these niggas. You fuck around with these niggas. You get put on blast. There be all kind of chaos and drama going on. You got baby mamas mad. You got niggas saying they putting money on your head. It just be way too intense and never that serious. And I feel like, again, we end up getting the short end of the stick. Then we got to come up missing. And now I have to watch reports and cases online and watch these investigations going on, trying to find out who got rid of you because you were messing with somebody who's not out yet, who's not okay with themselves. And I just honestly believe you should not want to be with anybody who's not confident in themselves, who's not comfortable with themselves. And that's even outside of being DL and trade. Like, even outside of that, you need somebody who loves themselves. And not even just love themselves, is self-aware and know who the fuck they are. And okay with that shit. I'd rather a nigga that was masculine, knew he was a man at the end of the day, but was still like, bitch, and I'll fuck a nigga, and I don't give a fuck who gonna check me. That's the kind of nigga I like. That's the type of pressure I like. Not no pussy ass. Let me calm it down. Not a I'm thinking. Not somebody that's scary and shy and want to live in the dark. Because again, I shine bright like a diamond every day. And I refuse to dim my light so you can feel comfortable. That ain't gonna work. I'm not doing it. I'm not living in shadows because you want to, Batman. Sorry. Give me Bruce Wayne. You can keep that Batman shit. And that's on everything I love. And one more thing. If your bio, if your about me, if your profile name says DL, you're not DL. Okay? Announcing that you are down low is taking away the fact that you're down low. Because now you're out in the open saying you're down low. And what do you think is going to happen? People are going to put two and two together. People are going to find out who you are. And people are going to figure out your life behind the scenes. And now you're no longer in the closet. So at this point, if you really DL, you shouldn't say anything. Just live normal. Nobody will know. You don't have to announce you straight. You don't have to announce you're gay. Just do you. And do it in the shadows like y'all been doing. But all this, I'm a DL thug, I'm a DL plug. Why are you saying that? You're not DL. That defeats the purpose of being DL because you're speaking about it openly, loudly for everyone to hear. You're branding it. You're putting it right there on the blimp saying, hey, everybody, I am gay, but I don't want y'all to think I'm gay, so I'm going to say I'm DL. And some of you DL niggas just ugly as fuck. I'm sorry. Y'all wear these ski masks. Y'all think y'all killing it. And a lot of y'all just look like gremlins. And so you have to claim being DL because don't nobody want you. But, baby, you ain't getting none on either side. Straight or homosexual. So I'd stop. I would stop. I wouldn't even say it no more. Nope. Wouldn't even claim it. Wouldn't run around and scream it. Wouldn't allow it. Nope. And motherfucking nope. Because honestly, it gets to a point, y'all. It gets to a point where we all have to grow up, and the things that we are attracted to, the things that we are lusting after, and the things that we deem as worthy of our time, we need to sit down and really do some self-reflection and realize those things are not good for us. Let's chase things that are healthy for us. Let's chase things that are positive and bringing great things to our life. Let's not chase things that's going to give us a headache. There's plentiful of dick and plentiful of ass and lips and everything else out there. You don't have to chase behind a sorry ass nigga who don't even know who he is. Just don't do it. Save yourself the stress. Save your energy for a crash out that's worthy. And just continue doing you, living you in your truth. Love somebody who can do the same. Waste your time with someone else who will do the same. I promise you, there are some out men out here that will give you a headache just the same if that's what you're looking for. But otherwise, leave the DLs for the other DLs. Let them go have their DL bro time and jack off and do trains together, whatever they do in the Red Roof hotels. Let them do that. You don't go be a part of that circus, okay? I promise you, you can have fun without that type of fun. I know it sounds like a stretch. It may not sound as plausible, but it is. And if you just want to have fun with them, that's fine. But again, keep your head on a swivel. Don't allow anything to jeopardize your freedom, your livelihood, or your life. Because your life is valuable. And they may not think their life is valuable because they don't really want to live their life in their truth. But you keep the value. Okay? Don't waste your time with no great value ass nigga. And that's just what it is. Like, and for the young people out there, have fun with the DL for now. It's all cute. I know it's a nice aesthetic. It's nice, it's sexy, it's hot. But I'm telling you right now, after your first DL, you're going to learn. And if that's how you got to learn, so be it. But don't repeat mistakes. Okay? That's all I got to say about that note. I've said all I can say about these DL trash ass men. I refuse to partake. And for those who do, we listen, but we don't judge, right? Well, I'm judging you at your big ass age if you sitting right here chasing a DL trade. And that's that. And on that note, I did enjoy myself talking to you today. I hope you enjoyed yourself. And if you did, come back next Wednesday. Every Wednesday after that. Tune in to what I got to say. And yeah, just keep linking with Robbie.